Now, I don't know how we got to December, because December's tomorrow. And we got to get through some books. So let's talk about 10 books I want to get through before the end of the year. What up, Search fam? Sharde here. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Sharde, and I'm out here curating and co-creating a cool-ass life. And it's almost the end of the year, so let's talk about some books that I'm going to get through before December 31st. Now, whether this is your first time running across my channel, or you keep coming back, haven't not subscribed yet, might I suggest you join my internet family so that you can keep aware of every time I post, which is usually on the weekends. Now, I know I was not here last weekend. I needed to try to take a mini reset. We're at the end of the semester, so my life is in shambles. But I'm still doing my best to be consistent with my posting. Now, I got this from a booktuber named Des. I saw his video and I was like, oh, that's a great idea to talk about what books I would like to get to before the end of the year. And some of them, these are going to be repeat books because they've been on my seasonal reading list. So I'm still trying to get through them. And there's a couple of new ones. And they're all physical books. So that's the other thing, is that I am going to try to get through this pile of physical books before the end of the year, because she's been doing a lot of audiobooks. I think almost half the books that I've read this year so far have been audiobooks, which is wild. I never thought I'd see the day. But here we are, because life be tough. So let's, without further ado, we're going to get into it. I talked about this in my fall TBR, and that is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. And I will link that up here in an info card so you can hear about this. But basically it is a futurist sci-fi space drama from pre-Columbian America, and about this woman who is tasked with taking this unknown person elsewhere across space, and they might be a problem. So I still want to get to this. I hopefully will do it as a physical book, but I might try to do a little bit of audio, a little bit of physical books, just because sometimes, you know, especially larger books, it takes money to get into them. But I have my best intentions. Her Tortured Beast by E.P. Bali. Y'all know that I've been an E.P. Bali stan all year. She's one of my favorite authors this year, and I'm gonna make a longer book about E.P. Bali because everybody need to be on my good sis. This is the 4th book in the Her Vicious Beast series. The 5th book supposedly comes out in December. I done already ordered the special edition of the whole set. I dropped my money on this, okay? And so I'm finishing up book 3 now. It's got me stressed out, child. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next, because some people gotta go. Some people need to be punched in their nether regions. And right now I kind of hate everybody. But Her Tortured Beast is a Why Choose reverse harem, dark romance, slightly like Enemies to Lovers, but it's also Fated Mates. All the good things that we love. And I've been listening to the audiobooks, which is fully casted, and it is fantastic. It is fantastic. So I'm going to read this because the audiobook is not done is still in production, but I own all of the audiobooks too, because I will go back and listen to them. Fantastic job all around. I'm going to read Bloodmarked. I picked up the wrong book. I picked up the first book, but I'm going to pick up Bloodmarked, which I've talked about all year long, right? Probably for 2 years. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna actually read it during Thanksgiving break. That's my goal. For those who don't know, Legendborn series is a YA Black Arthurian retelling that's also dark academia, so set in the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, I believe, but also has some like hoodoo and root work in it, and we love a magical system. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed the first book. I just haven't been in the headspace to continue the series, but my goal is to do that. I also am going to start The Blood of Hercules. The second book just came out. This is one of the books that my friend Jackie was like, you have to read it. You have to read it. And I actually really, really like Jasmine Moss. I've read the Psycho Shifters series, Psycho Shifters and Psycho Academy, and I enjoyed it very much. It evoked lots of strong feelings out of me. But I'm going to pick this up because it is a why choose, I think, school-based competition situation, reincarnations of the Greek mythological characters. So I am excited because Jasmine Moss is funny. Like, the dialogue is always hilarious. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also going to finish On Earth Where We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuoung. I've started this one. This was gifted to me to read, and I've started it. It's one of those books that is one written in letters from son to mother, single mother, and it's a he's Vietnamese immigrant. So, and I think Ocean Vuoung is a Vietnamese immigrant. I've read the first letter, and it is gorgeous. There are good writers, and then there are people who are somewhere else. That's Ocean Vuoung, as well as people like Toni Morrison, and for me, Baldwin, Butler, right? Like, these people function and write in a different stratosphere. This is so beautiful, and it is inviting me to read it slower, which is why I haven't picked it up, because I really just want to sit and read it slowly, take it in, and just let myself be in awe of the prose. So there's that. I have started Positive Obsession by Susana Morris, which is a biography of Octavia Butler. For those of you that are new here, I'm an Octavia Butler stan, okay? This is an Octavia Butler household. So this will be probably the second sort of second biography that I've read of Butler, so I'm very excited. I did start it, and I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it so far. It's not very long, but this is one of the books that I sort of read in the morning during my devotional practice to help me to be inspired as a writer. Now, over maybe in October, I think, I went to a queer adult book fair and met a lot of really cool authors that were local to Michigan, specifically Detroit area. And I picked up this one, which is called Steamy on Set by D.S. Walls. And this is a romance. I think it's more of a lighthearted romance, but it is competitive co-workers to lovers. And they are on I think the set of a TV show as the director and the clothing person, the director and like the fashion director or something. And they get on each other's nerves, but then they stop getting on each other's nerves and start getting on each other something else. And so I met the author. She signed my book, and so I'm excited to read it. And I always love supporting, you know, indie authors. And I think this is the first book in a series. Who knows? I started on a plane back from Houston, How to Become the Dark Lord or Die Trying. And so far, I'm in because it's funny. The main character is funny. I've only read a chapter or so, but this is about Davi, who gets put into this world, like a medieval-ish world, but she's from our time, and she's tasked with saving the world, and she tries to beat the Dark Lord, and she keeps getting killed, and it's like a Groundhog's Day thing where she has to relive the time again every time she dies, or like a video game type situation. I don't know if that is the actual case, but she says, I'm sick of this shit and I'm going to be the Dark Lord. And so this is the first book. I think there are 2 books. And so far, I have already laughed out loud. So I'm looking forward to continuing this one. I don't want to hear it because I have not had the spoons, the knives, or the forks to continue Calabasas by R.F. Kuang. And as you can see, the dust jacket is off, which means I am actively reading it. So the other thing is, when I am reading hardback books. I take off my dust jacket so they don't get messed up because books go everywhere. So I will be continuing to read this. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to pick that up this weekend. I think I'm also going to do like a mini book retreat for myself just in house. And so I might take some of these books and do all physical books and see how many I can finish in like 48 hours. But we know why I'm here. It'll be in the info card. I will also be doing a reread of Octavia Butler's Fledgling, which I too have already started again. Most of these books I've already started again. But this is my favorite Octavia Butler book. Number one, it is Black Vampires. It is a really interesting take on Black vampires, but also things like amnesia, children's memories, how we understand and treat them. There's religious things. It's so good, which is why I picked it up and read it again. And I'm reading it again. I had thought about listening to the audiobook because I think it's read by Robin Miles, and I think she's one of my favorite narrators, especially when it comes to nonfiction books. I've really enjoyed her over the past year. But yes, so here we are. Lastly, we have Every Version of You by Sloane Spencer, who I also picked this up from the Queer Adult Book Fair, and I met and talked to Sloane Spencer for a while, and I read her other books. It was like Structural Support and Structural Damage, and I like them. I like them just fine. So this is I think brother's best friend and like friends to lovers things, and there's like a oopsie baby, but he's a retired soccer player. She is a it doesn't say what she is, but she's a friend of him, and her siblings know him, and so they end up in a thing. He's always liked her, but also apparently she's a book girly and he does the things that book girlies like, which sold me, of course. I'm excited to do this one, and it should be a really good time. Yeah, I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking some of these and seeing about finishing them in my a reading weekend, since I will be on break, and I'm going to take a hard reset for myself as I get ready for the end of the semester and get ready to go into going home and all of those things. Anyway, friends, what y'all gonna read before the end of the year? What is on your list to get done? As always, friends, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend about the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.